You can't change what you can't see. Most people try to change their behavior before they understand their state. They try to follow a plan. They try to do the right things. But something doesn't quite land. And what I see over and over is that the issue isn't effort, it's awareness. Because from the inside, your current state just feels normal. You don't notice how activated you are, how much you're holding, how low your energy actually is. It just feels like this is how I am. This is how today feels. And this is what I have to work with. So any plan you try to follow is being filtered through that state, whether you realize it or not. Most of the plans we follow aren't actually ours. They're things we've learned from outside sources, doctors, from books, from advice, and they may be right in general, but without awareness of your own state, they're basically guesses. They haven't been matched to what your system can actually do in that moment. Even a good plan can feel hard or not work at all, not because it's wrong, but because it doesn't fit where you are right now. I remember realizing this very early in my time working in the emergency department. I was working long shifts, not stopping to eat, not stopping to sit, not even going to the bathroom for hours at a time, and it all felt normal. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. It definitely felt like I was pressured and at times totally tapped. But I didn't have any sense back then that I was pushing past limits. It just felt like this is what the job required. And at that time in my life, the meaning I was making, or the meaning that was just there most of the time, was that I was somehow deficient because I was clearly struggling to keep that pace, and I didn't really see any of that for what it was because I was so busy doing the thing, trying to be the person I thought I was supposed to be, working harder as the solution, that I had very little awareness of what state I had been in that entire time. That only shifted because something small changed. I remember one day I went outside for lunch and I sat in the grass. I felt the warm sun on my face and suddenly I noticed how different I felt. That contrast showed me something. There was a different way of doing things, which meant there was a different way of being. Depending on where you are, this may land differently. You may already have some awareness through meditation, through time in nature, through different forms of inner work. You may already notice how you feel at different times. And if that's the case, what I'm offering here is a way to make that awareness more specific and more grounded, more useful. Not just noticing how you feel, but understanding what state your system is actually in and what that means for what will or won't work. And if this is newer for you, then this may simply be the beginning of that process, noticing that your state is something you can become aware of at all. This is the piece that changes everything. When you start to notice your state, even a little, there's a kind of separation that begins to happen. You're no longer completely inside it. You're not just reacting from it. You can start to see this is activation. I'm mobilizing now. This is guardedness. I'm feeling low energy. And without that awareness, you're still inside it. You're still in the box. From inside that box, you can't see what you can't see. But once you can see it, you don't have to force a plan on top of it. You can start to ask what actually fits here. If you're a clinician, this matters even earlier than you might think. Because without awareness of state, both yours and your patient's, even the diagnostic process can start from a place that isn't clear. That affects everything that follows. So before asking what should I be doing, a different question is what state am I in right now? Because without that awareness, every plan is a guess. And with it, the next step becomes much more clear.
If you're starting to see this in your own life and want more resources to orient further, check out the website at lumenhealth.online.